Hello and welcome back to Need for Speed Payback. Now this is a game which I haven't touched upon on this channel as of yet, because I started this channel before this game. Now if you don't know what Need for Speed Payback is, this is the game that came out before Need for Speed Heat. And it's more known for being one of the most unpopular Need for Speeds ever, or the most talked down upon Need for Speeds ever. Now Need for Speed Payback came out in 2017, late November, and this game introduced a lot of cool new features, which we're going to touch upon in this video. But the main topic of today's video is, why is this game so talked down upon? First and foremost, let's talk a bit about the map. Alright, now Need for Speed Payback was known for more of the deserty Need for Speed, because this game's entire map, if we open it, is just desert. Like this entire part, and the canyons are up here. The only bit of city which we have is this tiny piece over here. Now this game is based off of Las Vegas, as you can see, and I kind of think it looks better than Las Vegas. It looks so cool with the big casinos. I don't know, it's just something about this city. It has a sort of a charm. It's like they say, it's a gambler's paradise. But yeah, we have neon signs everywhere, casinos on every corner. It's a really cool concept for a racing game, to have a gambling focused city and a gambling focused story or campaign. And this city is really packed. It's actually bigger than people think it is. It's massive. Like, this is just the main straight, and the size of the main straight on the map is just this bit over here. It's an absolutely massive city. Now the one thing which you might have noticed which isn't in this city is police chases. As you can see, we have police chases in this game, but unfortunately they are not free roam. Now that's one of the reasons why people didn't like this game. Holy shite! Crikey, from when were there Ford Excursions or whatever those things are? By the way, we are playing this game on the Unite mod. It's a pretty cool mod. It makes the game look so much better and you can do so much more. Holy shite. Okay, that I'm kind of frightened. Holy shite. Look at the rubber banding. Okay, here's some Dodge Chargers. Oh my god, look at the minimap. Uh-oh, no. No. Get away. Jesus. Okay, we have to go this way. It seems like we can't go whatever way we want. How do I get past? Oh, alright. But anyways, police chases. That's why people didn't like this game, because we went from Need for Speed 2015 having police chases, and that's also something people were used to because of Rivals and stuff before Need for Speed 2015 as well. But regardless, this game's police is still very good. Even in the base game, they are so hard sometimes. Okay, if you are like a new player and even a veteran player, like I've played this game 7 times over and over, and the cops were still so hard as when I remember playing the game for the first time. Like, look at this. They may be a bit harder with the Unite mod, I will say that. But yeah, you even get police chases off-road. And this game also introduced the helicopter that hovers over you and then shuts off your car. And that then was taken and implemented much more better in Need for Speed Heat. So what I'm trying to say is, this game introduced a lot of cool police mechanics and features which were implemented and used a lot better in the next coming Need for Speed games, which is Heat and Unbound. Look at that robot. I only just noticed now that's a robot out of scrap metal. But yeah, this is a really cool map. This game has a really cool soundtrack. Probably one of the best soundtracks I have heard in a Need for Speed game. It's just so nostalgic, and I don't know. I even listen to some of the music in this game to this day. I'm only going to play a couple of seconds of some of the songs, but just listen to some of these. This game has a lot more good points than some other games, and is still so hated by the community. But as of recently, I've seen a lot of people starting to say that they kind of really miss Need for Speed Payback, okay? Need for Speed Payback is, well, technically the most profitable Need for Speed in the franchise. But, yeah, that I think has been beaten by Need for Speed Heat. But another thing this game introduced, which isn't good, is microtransactions. And that's probably one of the reasons also why people don't like this game. Because you could have bought, I think it was tokens or whatever, and then you can open crates and wheel spins. It's almost like Forza Horizon, in a way, you know. Ah, and this is my next point. We're going to get to this in a moment. Let's equip this. If we go to the pause menu and we go to shipments, there we go, that's what they are called. You could have bought these, and that's why they have removed it from Need for Speed Heat, which is really good. So EA has listened with that. Oh, and what's that? That's a tune-up shop. That's perfect time to talk about parts next, the car upgrading system. For example, you had to buy cars. Now this was so costly and so expensive and just so time consuming. You actually had to grind to get your car to 18 level pass, like you see here. And you had to wait for the shop to restock, and it's just a big no-no. And you could have also, with those blue cards, do wheel spins. Now let's select, I don't know, I need maybe a new exhaust. Let's spin. It takes 3 cards. What do we get? Luckily, if you have a set of 3 of the same branded parts, you do get a bonus. We're not going to put this on, but you can resell the parts, and that's kind of cool. You get some money back, but it's just not as good as like just buying a turbo if you want a turbo, or just buying an exhaust. With this, you had literally 18 tiers to work up to. Okay, now here we are in the dealership. Now this game had a pretty cool, well, car list, alright? It introduced a lot of cool cars, because if you remember, Need for Speed 2015 didn't really have that many cars, but this game really built upon that. They have added a lot of cool cars, which I'm going to show you now in a moment. For example, they have introduced this, the Audi S5. I don't think they had any Audis in Need for Speed 2015. For example, let's take the new M5. This is such a cool car. But yeah, this game introduced a lot of cool BMWs, because I think they had a partnership with BMW and Castrol and all that. Oh, another cool one, the Panamera. The Panamera is so slept upon. I don't know why. Oh, and then we have some of the hypercars like the Ford GT, the Aventador, the 918 Spider, the McLaren P1 for God's sake, and the car this game is most known for, Le Regera. Look at this thing. This is, I think, one of the fastest cars in the game, or actually it is the fastest car in the game. It has 1 gear, it has 1500 horsepower, and it's just insane. I really want to buy a P1, so I'm going to buy a McLaren P1. Now if you noticed, it said you bought the race version of this car. Now one thing this game also introduced is different category vehicles. Well, it introduced it in the Need for Speed franchise. For example, we have a race dealership over here. So you buy cars specifically from here to do races. Okay, and then you go, for example, over here to the Speedcross dealership to buy a Speedcross car for Speedcross races. And you can do it with drag, even police vehicles, or not police vehicles, how can I say, reinforced vehicles for the police races. And I personally think that's really cool, and I think a lot of people also would agree with me. That's a really cool system, you know. Holy shit, this lighting looks so good. Wow. Now let's talk a bit about the story, the thing that really hooked me personally with this game. Now the story, yeah, people can argue it's a bit cringe or what. The story is really tense, okay, because you are Tyler Morgan, or you play as 3 characters, specifically Tyler Morgan. You get a car stolen from you, and eventually blah blah blah, you lose everything, and you have to work your way all the way to the top and then race the person that beat you and bring down not just her but her entire workplace, aka the underground mafia. So that's a really cool, unique story in the game, which is, I personally think, amazing. I literally, I'm not even kidding you, I played this game 4 times over on a PlayStation 4 and 3 times on PC. I absolutely love this game. This is probably my most played racing game ever. But once again, I do think a lot of people will agree with me with the story. The story in this game is superb. It's a hell of a lot better than Need for Speed Unbound's story, let me tell you that. But obviously Need for Speed Heat still has the better story in my book. Need for Speed Heat is on the next level. That game is a masterpiece. They cooked with that. This game had a lot more characters and it just was fun. It was just you messing around in the desert, basically having fun until it gets serious. Now let's do a bit of customization. Now this game, it was a bit controversial because you had to do challenges to unlock certain body modifications, like, I don't know, destroy 5 billboards to unlock bumper customization or front bumper customization, which was heavily criticized, and that's why they removed it for Need for Speed Heat. But regardless, if you have unlocked it, the customization in this game was absolutely amazing. You could have done a lot in this game, okay, and especially with there being more cars, you know, you could have done a lot more. Oh, and Derelict. We're gonna get to Derelict in a moment. But yeah, man, look at this. Oh my god, this car is so sexy. The P1, I don't know, just looks so much better than the new W1. But yeah, there we go. Let's go and look at the Derelict. So, the Derelict is basically a mechanic in the game where you had to beat a certain boss. Okay, there were 5 bosses, which gave you 5 locations to find, I think, 5 parts. If you found those parts, you could have restored one of these vehicles. For example, the Datsun Fairlady Z. Alright, let's see what other Derelict cars we have. We have the Chevrolet Bel Air. Now you could choose to make these a drag build, a race build, and depending on what you choose, the look of the car was dramatically different. For example, the off-road version of this Bel Air is gonna look like this, Max Bel Air. The drag version is just gonna have big wheels and a wheelie bar, and it's just such a cool mechanic, and that's also why I love this game. It introduced so much cool features. Look, there we go. There's an example with the Mustang. Now I think let's go do some racing. Okay, here's a race. Let's start it. Oh, and the side bit. So like I said, this game had a gambling focus in the story. So don't use any nitrous and win the race. You could bet a certain amount of money, and if you did exactly that challenge during the race, you would have won a lot more money, which was so cool. And that's, I think, something we haven't seen before in a game, which I can remember personally. Okay, don't use nitrous. This is gonna be hard. Oh, look at that R8. But yeah, some of these races were really intense, like this. Just look at this. You actually had to do stunts. And for the handling, it's okay. It's definitely not the best in the series, but it definitely was a decent handling model. It was a more of a how can I say, a drift focused handling. Like, look at that. But yeah, this is what I mean by this game has such a vibe and a feeling, and such a feeling of nostalgia. Like, look at this is such a vibe of racing in the canyons and mountains. It kind of takes you back, sort of, to Need for Speed Carbon. In a way, maybe. I don't know. It's just me. No, I used nitrous and there we go. We failed it. The objective. Crap. No. Oh, but the drift handling in this game was absolutely glamorous. It was definitely the most satisfying drifting in any Need for Speed game. Okay, if you have done any of Max drift events, you would know. This game has some of the smoothest, silkiest drift handling ever, and that's why the drift events are my favorite events in this game. And across the finish line, here we go, and my wheels are poking out of the side. A level 17 pod. Okay, that actually gives us some more horsepower, so I'm gonna put that on. But yeah, another way of getting those parts was just to grind races, basically. Then you could have gotten parts and a lot of money as well in the process. Let's do a jump. Oh my god, yeah, I forgot. The desert wasn't really as open as you would expect it to be. It was very closed off and very restricted, especially with rocks. Even the smallest rock would have hit you and you would have lost the race. Now I'm curious to find out by you guys, do you appreciate Need for Speed Payback more than you used to? Because I know nostalgia after a time does kick in, and I think that's why this game is starting to, well, become a gem in some people's eyes. This game really has been a good game all along, but we only just realized that now because of the flop that is Need for Speed Unbound. Mind you, Need for Speed Unbound online is superb, but we'll just gloss over that. Oh, and we have drag races. Okay, before we end the video, I really want to do a drag race so badly. But yeah, each different class of vehicle, like drag vehicles, race vehicles, they all had a different look. Did we achieve the wheelie? Just like that? I actually forgot how to drag race in the game, but we are catching. Can we do it? Come on! Nitrous! Just. Yes! Yes! Let me do it! Oh my god, look at the, like, difference in time. It's bang on 0. Okay, go. And beautiful, good shift. Oh, I think we're still wheeling. Never mind. Ooh, yeah, this one we're not gonna make it. Easily, yeah. Go! Okay. Perfect shift, there we go. Boost! We have to actually nitrous and shift at the exact same time while using your thumb. It's really difficult, but there we go. Oh yeah, easily. And we are driving the exact same car, I just noticed now. Okay, good rev, get it in green. Ah, okay, good start. It's good enough, I guess. Okay, good shift. Alright, we might catch up. Oh yeah, this one is in our bag. Come on! Come on. No, alright. Fair play. Wait, what? Thank you, I guess. And we just made a lot more money. We made, like, I think 80 grand from this race, which is so good. Hey, we have been awarded a base shipment. Let's see what we get before we end the video. Part tokens, bank, and a horn. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, consider smashing the like and subscribe. And let me know what your thoughts are about this game. I'm Without Any Ado, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Till then, goodbye.